Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. I am Rue, and today I'm just gonna show you my very first item that I received in PR. It's very exciting for me, so I hope you really enjoy the video. I did already unbox everything for a short, but I still wanted to show you guys. So Docolor actually sent me a new set of makeup brushes, which was perfect timing because a lot of my makeup brushes are getting quite old. The coating on like the handle of the brush is starting to kind of wear away, and they reached out to me and asked if I wanted to receive something in PR. And I got to pick from two different brush options, and this is the one that I decided to go with. So I'm gonna show you the complete set and kind of talk to you about it, and then we will do a try on using the brushes in the video as well. This will not be the look. I'm just filming the intro because I'm so excited that this just showed up. So the try on will be in this video, but it'll be in a different day that I'm filming it. So these were all packaged separately, really nicely in different like papers and like, you know, so that they weren't getting all scuffed up. I did already remove all that for my short, but I still want to show you everything. So it comes with a little sheet kind of telling you how each one can be used, how to take care of your brushes, etc, etc, which I really like. So I'm gonna show you everything kind of in order to it on the page here, I guess. All right, so this one is, I just wonder, do they have numbers on them? Okay, so there's no numbers on them, which is okay. I don't really tell you what numbers I'm using when I'm applying makeup anyways. This is the powder brush. Next up is going to be the foundation brush, and I'm not gonna lie, usually my foundation brushes look quite different from this. This seems super thin. So it says drip liquid foundation on the brush and swipe back and forth to prime the face. So I'm wondering if you use this and then blend it with like a beauty blender or a different brush, and this just gets it started. I'm not 100% sure. I don't have a brush like this in my collection though, so I'm definitely not upset to have one. Next up, I believe is going to be this one here, which says it's a contour brush. I don't really do much contour, but I could definitely see myself using this as a blush brush, just to press it in, or even as a powder brush too, maybe. I'll have to play around to decide, but I'm very excited. Next, I believe is this one, and this one says finger concealer brush. So it's kind of like if you conceal with your finger, you can kind of press it in. So that's cool. And then next up we have a blending brush. I love a good blending brush, and this looks like a pretty good size for me. It looks very similar to the small ones I currently use, so I think I'll really enjoy this one. And then we have an eyeshadow brush. Okay, so it's this one. This one does look a little bit big compared to what I usually do, but maybe if I'm just applying one color to the crease, maybe it will work really well for that, just covering more space than I usually do. We'll see. We'll test everything out and see how I would use it versus how it's suggested, and I just take these as suggestions. Next up is going to be the nose contour brush, which is this one here. Again, I don't really contour, but I'm sure I'll find a great way to utilize all these brushes. They have very unique shapes to them compared to what I have in my collection. Next up is going to be an eyeshadow brush. This is a smaller one. This one is more the kind of brush I would use to glitter prime and apply glitter on the lid. So I think that looks really nice. It's a good small size, which for my small eyes works wonders. Next up is going to be a lip brush. So this one has like that nice sharp edge. I actually don't think I have lip brushes in my collection, although with this one, and then I think I won one from Game Beauty. I'm just waiting to hear back because I sent them like my email. So I might have two in my collection coming soon, but we'll definitely test this one out. Next up is eyebrow brush. So that is this one here. And I don't dislike having that. Sometimes I use eyeshadow for my brows, so I think that'll work pretty nicely. Next is a detail detail brush, and yeah, this one looks really nice, again, for if I just want to put a little pigment like on the outer edge, but I don't want it to get too intense. And then we also have this fan brush. This is meant for highlighter, and it's nice and small. I could definitely see me using it for highlighter, so I'll definitely have to try that out. And it does come with this little plastic packaging so that it doesn't fan out too much. And then lastly, we do have this little powder puff. I don't own one of these, and I was really excited that this was in the box that I chose because I think that'll be really nice for applying powder. It feels really nice. So thank you so much, Docolor, for being my first PR offer. They did also give me an affiliate code, so if you see me test these out and you're interested in trying, please use my code. That'd be so cool. Obviously, don't feel pressured to spend money if you're not planning to spend money, but if you did want to use my code, it would mean so much to me. My code is GUROO, so GUROO. I'll add it in the bottom, and it'll also be in my description, of course, and it should save you, I believe it was 20% off, and it is an affiliate code, so I should get some kickback if people do use my code. This is my first time doing anything like this, so I'm really excited. And yeah, with that said, let's go ahead and hop into a makeup look. I don't know what palette I want to use. I don't know what I want to do. I just want to play with all these new brushes with you guys, so let's hop into whatever I decide to be doing right now. Hey guys, so for testing out my new brushes, we're going to be playing with the Paulina palette from Blush Tribe. Honestly, I only chose this palette because I had to do a second look for a different video, which is why this eye is already done. It was really the only way for me to get this video done in a timely manner. I'm trying to get all my palettes played with before the end of the year, and I'm slowly but surely running out of time. So I did decide to do this look in both videos. I really hope that's okay. And I will also say that this palette is one of my oldest palettes. It's not quite as pigmented as I remember it being. And I did test if the pigments would be better on a different brush when I did this eye, and they weren't. They built up as much as they could on this brush, at the same as they did on a different brush. So it's not the brushes that's causing it not to be as pigmented as I personally would like. And with that said as well, I did a look prior to this look using these brushes for like a reel and TikTok, and I was really happy with how that look turned out. So yeah. With that said, I'm not judging these too harshly in this video because the palette is old. I'm really quite disappointed with how it's performing. It makes sense because, like I said, I've had this palette probably since around 2020. So like, she's old for sure. Maybe even 2019. I'm not 100% sure. So the performance of it is what it is. That said, I have a couple palettes from this brand from that time frame, and the ones I already played with I didn't really have much issues with, but this one was also never my favorite from that brand, so I don't know. I just wanted to be transparent about that with you guys. I'm not gonna lie, I almost didn't film the rest of this video. I filmed a reel and a TikTok for the brand that sent me these, and basically the plan was that they would post my video on their page and promote my code and everything. And when I sent it, they were super nice about it, but they basically said, we don't like the lighting, we don't like the editing, it feels choppy, and we don't like the end result, which I loved my makeup look, but that's okay. And they were very polite about it, but those were their 3 notes as to why they weren't gonna post it. And it hurt my heart a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. They, like I said, they were very respectful, they were very professional, like there's no hate to them, but it did hurt a little bit because when I got that feedback, I was like, well, what did you like? And I didn't ask that. I just said, okay, no problem. Like, thank you so much for the opportunity and the feedback. I'll keep it in mind. Speaking of which, I did change my lighting a little bit. Let me know if you notice it from compared to the beginning part of the video. I don't know if it's enough to make a huge difference, but it's a start, and like I don't have a ton of money or space to invest in upgrading my setup. I am crammed in a corner in my bedroom for my makeup vanity, and I'm very limited on space, and so lighting is difficult, and we don't have any like space where we get good natural lighting because all those spaces are either the living room or my partner or like our game room, which mostly is my partner's, but I use it too. So like I am very limited on what I can do to make my content better at this current time. So yeah, I was a little bit confused because they loved my content enough to send me PR and want to set up this sort of arrangement. And then when I sent in a video for them, to be fair, when I was looking at the content that they do post, I do think a lot of those videos are better looking than mine. The lighting is better, the editing seems better. So like it makes sense, and I'm just taking it as an opportunity to try and figure out how to make changes to my content to do better, right? And that's really all I can do. But yeah, so anyways, because of that, I was like, should I even post like a dedicated video? But I still think I should. I still want to showcase it for you guys. I still have a code through them. I don't know if it's just for November or if it's going to be ongoing. I'm really not sure how that's going to work, but I still want to tell you guys about like my experiences and things that, you know, happen in my life, especially when it's related to the content that you guys literally follow me for. So that was my first PR experience. And like they were super friendly too. They said they're gonna keep an eye on my content, and if they see improvements and they think that I better align with their brand in the future, or like what their brand wants to showcase on their page, they will reach out with other opportunities to send me something again and try again. So all I can do is try and better myself and better my content and see what comes of it, right? That's really all I can do going forward. I am hating this palette, I'm not gonna lie. I think I had one other palette that I don't like so far, or was it this one? I'm thinking now. No, there was one other one that I did not like, but yeah, I don't really know what else to say about the experience. It was a really cool opportunity nonetheless, and I still really appreciated them sending me something. And like also getting that kind of constructive criticism I think is very important to grow as a person, as a content creator, and as a makeup enthusiast. So yeah, even though it, you know, it did make me a little bit sad, I just want to take it the best way possible and just try and grow from it. So it's very patchy. It's not the brush's fault. I will do more looks using these brushes. I am struggling with the look today. We're gonna go in with a little bit of eye primer just for the lower lash line. And I'm gonna go in to some greens. What else can I tell you guys? I really do like this brush. It's a lot longer than any brushes I have like this. So as much as I love the small ones, I kind of like having a nice big one in my collection. And it's very firm. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's good for just packing product where you want it. It probably would be good for a wing too, actually. Like the two pinks are so similar on the eye. The two greens are really, really similar on the eye. It's the palette's fault though. I will definitely try the brushes out more. Obviously I have them in my collection now. I'm gonna use them as much as possible. Just grabbing a little bit of glitter primer just to put in the center of those two greens. I will say I still really like this green shimmer, even though it's really flaky without a glitter primer. With a glitter primer, it looks really wet. It does flake a lot though. It's clearly getting dried out. All right, we're just gonna try and get the lid and crease a little bit better. I will say I'm happy to be done playing with this palette. Don't really care for it anymore. And to be fair, it was always my least favorite out of this brand's palettes that I owned, just because after using it, I feel like there was no variety. Like when I first saw it, I was like, oh wow, like I love pinks and purples and greens, especially purples and greens, but they're just all so similar. All right, I'm gonna go and wash my hands before we start testing out the face brushes. Forgot I want to throw some purple in my waterline. So this is just from ColourPop. It's the cream gel liner in Piggy Bank. So I'm not really saying what shades I'm using and stuff. It's just this video is more for testing out the brushes than the products. So I wasn't really caring about shades I'm using. And I also did want to throw in, I don't support Jeffree Star anymore, but I do still have a few things in my collection from when I did. I'm gonna go in with Pink Chill from the Platinum Ice palette, and I just want to pop that on the inner corner here as well as on the brow bone. Let's go ahead and add some primer. Okay, so this one says this one is supposed to be a foundation brush. It says dip liquid foundation on brush and swipe back and forth to prime the face. I did that in my reel and I don't know, I don't think there's really, it's not necessary. I will show you guys. We're gonna put the primer on with this brush, but like honestly, I think I prefer putting my primer on with my hand. I'm gonna have to find a different use for this brush because this just felt silly to me. But we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna apply the primer and the foundation with this brush so you can see. But I really have to go in with my normal foundation brush anyways, because this doesn't really, it's supposed to prime the foundation. So like, I don't think it's meant to blend it into the skin maybe, but I just think it's kind of a pointless brush as far as how they recommend using it. But I'm also not 100% sure how I would use it otherwise. And like, to be fair, I kind of picked this brush set because quite a few of the brushes don't look like ones I currently use, and I thought it'd be fun to have something different. But I probably should have picked some tried and trues. Like the other one had more options, but I also thought these ones were really cute with the like cheetah print and stuff, so I don't know. Primer I guess is on. I still like to I like to feel it, you know? Just make sure it's even, and you can't do that with a brush. All right, I like to let my primer sit for a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and do some mascara while I wait. This is the e.l.f. Lash and Roll Mascara. Okay, and I am planning to put some lashes on, I think, if my eyes, they seem to be slowing down with their watering, so hopefully I can. We're gonna go in with my e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. I do really enjoy this one for a nice light coverage. I just take about that much. And I'm gonna show you this brush. I don't really personally know if it's necessary, but so it says swipe back and forth. I don't know. It's working better with this foundation. Like, it still doesn't look great. I'll still have to finish blending it in with my normal brush, but it's okay. The other one looked kind of silly. I'm not gonna lie, it's doing a better job with this foundation than it did with, on my reel I did with my Wet n Wild foundation, but this one is blending in a lot better. It almost looks good. All right, I am still going to grab just my normal foundation brush and just push it into the skin a little bit more. But honestly, the first look was a lot rougher. This one I almost don't need to do this with. I still think it's kind of an unnecessary step, but I might play with it some more just to see if it grows on me. It's a nice, very soft coverage look. I do really like that foundation. The brush did better than I thought it would. I thought I'd be looking kind of foolish again before blending it, but it wasn't too bad. I think this one's supposed to be a concealing brush, so let's go ahead and test it out. I didn't use it in my first look. I just like to take a tiny dot of two different concealers. They're my go-to at the moment. This one is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in Light Sand, and the lighter one is Juvia's Place Concealer in 24. and I just like to blend them together on the lower, like, under eye. It's doing okay. I will say that the Juvia's Place Concealer is naturally very dry, which is part of why I like to mix it. And I'm having a little bit of trouble blending it out. Not too bad. But I usually go in with my foundation brush, and then there's extra, I guess, moisture from said foundation. So, but I did okay. Time to set, unless I want to do a cream anything. Let's go in with my Moon Slice Beauty highlighter. I prefer putting this one over the foundation because it does blend out really easily. And we're gonna go in with this guy and just kind of soften the edges. So I'm gonna go in with my Wet n Wild translucent setting powder, and we're gonna go in with the little puff thingy that came in with the brushes. And we'll start with the under eye. I like to do quite a bit on the under eye, and I just press it in, and we'll do the other eye. All right, and then we're just gonna kind of spread it out. I don't like to do too much powder on the rest of the face. Just a nice light, something like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and fluff away any excess. Not that I feel like there really is any, but we got this huge brush, so fluff everything away. And let's go ahead and pick a blush. I think I'll go with a pink one. I feel like I haven't used this one in a little bit. This one is from the Sailor Moon ColourPop collection. This one is from the Moon. It's the softer one. And we're gonna go in with this blush brush and just pressing that on my apples and then softly blending it outwards. And we'll do this side as well. Pressing into the apples and then just pulling it to either side. I think I put way more on that side. Oof, okay. We'll have to soften that up a little bit. I'm gonna go in with my foundation brush and just like soften those edges. All right, I'm just gonna use this puff. I didn't pick up any extra powder. I'm just pressing in what might be in there still. All right, it looks all right. Let's add a little bit more highlight. We'll just go in with the one that I already used. So we're gonna go into Pink Chill. I used that on the eyes, and we're just gonna pop it up here. All right, and all right, I don't want anything crazy for lips, so I was thinking just a lip liner and a gloss. Let's grab the brush, and I'm just gonna soften up the edges with it. I'm gonna go in with this gloss. This is Solar Flare from Aether Beauty. I got it in my October Ice Cream Beauty Box, and this is only my second time trying it out. I hate how it smells. I will say it looks really pretty with this lip liner color. All right, guys, so I'm not gonna bother finishing off everything else for this video. We're just gonna end it here. So this is the look I created. Thank you again to Docolor for sending me these brushes. Even though it didn't end up fully working out with them posting me on their page, I still really appreciated the opportunity and the PR. That was so cool. It was such a great experience for a small creator like me, and I just really appreciate it, and I'm excited to hopefully get other opportunities in the future maybe. With that said, guys, I do enjoy the brushes. I think, like, I don't know if I'm gonna use this one all the time for my foundation. I will test it out some more and see. This one's so big and soft. It's great for fluffing away extra powder, which is cool. I don't have really any complaints with the brushes I tried. They seem to work pretty well, similar to the quality that I currently use with my other brushes. So yeah, all in all, I really appreciated the opportunity. And with that said, guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you have anything to say, let me know down in the comments below. If you did want to leave me a thumbs up because you enjoyed the video, it would mean so much to me. And if you want to see more content from me, feel free to hit that subscribe button. And last but not least, I will leave my code for saving 20% off on Docolor down below. I'll also remember to pop it up here, hopefully. And yeah, if you do shop Docolor and use my code, thank you so much. It's so cool to have my very first affiliate link and affiliate code. So it'd be really exciting to have some people use it. And yeah, with all that said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye!